Okay, so I saw this last night, and I was gonna record my original reaction to it, but it dropped at like midnight, so I was way too tired to do that shit. But anyway, I'm not gonna react to the whole thing. I'm just gonna go and talk about some key points I thought were interesting. So we have this, and then they talk about invasive monsters. I think is what it was called. I don't remember invasive. This is really cool. It kind of reminds me of Invader monsters like Deviljho, Basilgos, I guess Archveld to an extent, and Gore. But this also kind of reminds me of like the frenzy aspect. Sorry, I had to drink some coffee. I don't know if the difficulty of these invasive monsters, because it says that they're stronger and they can kick out other natural habitat or creatures of that natural habitat out of their own area. So I'd imagine they're the same strength as like the rage monsters from 2, like the ones that have the glowing red aura. Let's see what else. Yeah, so right here it says Wraithian's an endangered species, which I thought was funny. Because in Wilds I killed like 87 of them and they're still fucking around. But the other thing I thought was really interesting was you saw it here. Hold on, let's see. This thing. So there's a point in this showcase later where they say that if you fend, because the point of invasive species is not to not kill them, but not to like knock them out. It's to get them to retreat and go back to their den, follow them to their den, and then take the endangered egg, which is going to look like this. It's going to be in like a blue sphere. I'm sure that works into the story at some point. And then you can either release you're going to want to release them, is what my understanding was, because then you can make the locale flourish with those specific monsters. Yeah, because they said they want to talk about the new systems. In 2, I can't remember. It's been a while since I played. I do not think they showed you. What I'm assuming is happening here is the 4 eggs on the floor. Okay, good. You can see my crosshair or my mouse. I'm so gamer brain. I was like, you can see my cross. It's a mouse. Like this one. I think this is like Zinogre, or is Stygian Zinogre. This one is I think Zamtrios or something. And this one is I don't remember offhand. This might be Azeros, and then this one is something else. But what I'm hoping is this and this match. So what that means is these are the ones you can get. Because I think in Stories 2, it was just random, kind of. Like, depending on the den. Sorry, I'm like chugging coffee as I'm doing this video. Oh wait, hold on. What was that? Okay, so this looks like it's got some sort of rage meter or something. Or like a strength meter, or maybe you have to like burn this out. That's interesting. But they said that right here, they are very strong and can't be beaten using normal battle tactics, so I don't know what that means. I don't know if we're going to have to focus using the kinship stuff. Also, did we have like a stamina thing? I assume this is stamina. This is either stamina or mana. It's been so long since I played Stories 2. Did we have one of these in Stories 2? I knew every time you attacked, you gained kinship energy, but I don't remember if there was like a mana system. Kind of like it's kind of like Digimon Time Stranger. And Cybers is how you each action you do. So I wonder, does that mean we'll have actual moves and stuff now instead of just like the one attack button? But yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. It said sneak in and then grab the invasive monster or the endangered egg and run for it. And this is the other thing I was talking about. After hatching a monster, release it into the wild, allowing it to put down its root and rebuild the species. So that's sick. I already think this is a cool concept. Because, well, actually, it depends how they do it. Because if I go to an area that's like, say it's all lava, and I don't see your standard, what is it? I guess Uragaan hangs out in the lava, Agnactor hangs out in the lava, Brachydios hangs out in the... Like, if I don't see those guys immediately, if I can't get them immediately, I'm going to be upset if I have to set them out and then have them repopulate. Because I'm one of those people who, once I see a cool monster, I want that shit immediately. I don't want to have to fucking have them rebuild an ecosystem, fucking wait 10 years, then come back. Obviously, you don't have to wait 10 years, but I'm just saying that, like, as a extreme. I also thought this stuff was interesting. So we have the hatching sequence, right? We have the gene thing still, which is dope, because I really like that. I spent a lot of time in Stories 2 getting, like, what I thought was the perfect gene table, and then I looked up like an actual meta one, and it was nothing like the one I have. But right here where it says applied element none, they're going to talk about it in a second, but you can actually get elemental variants, which I think is super cool. And then here is restoration monsters. So this looks like a system where you can... I don't know if they have to be all the same type. I imagine it helps for specific monsters. Like if you want an area to be full of Rathalos, you would want to put 5 Rathalos in the restoration monster spot. But I don't know if you can mix and match. Like I don't know if you can... Well, given the fact that there are elemental variants, you might be able to. Like if I wanted to take Raytheon and go to a snow area and then dump 5 of those, I could get an ice Raytheon. I think that's how that works. Yeah, okay, so you can dump... You don't have to dump all the same kind. This is actually... I'm thinking about it now. This would be a grinding nightmare. Let's see, what else? Rain Power, Egg Power Battle Thirst. Oh, there's... These are like, the fuck are they called in Pokemon? Natures, I guess? I don't remember that was in Stories, too. Is this more or less the stuff we saw? Wyvern Fell. These are like stats. I don't think this stuff was as detailed in Stories 2. Yeah, so you can get mutated the higher up. So they showed Dread Queen Raytheon right there. I don't know if they mean mutated as in Dread Queen is the mutated version, or if you can just get mutated normal Rathian, and then further on later, mutated Dread Queen Rathian. Yeah, this is the thing I was really shocked they did, and I was like, holy shit, this is cool. I know. I like how I said I wasn't going to react to it, basically, and then here I am basically reacting the whole thing. But it's fine. We're gonna skim through the wild stuff. Yeah, so this one is a fire Tobi-Kadachi, given that it's red. I think this is actually super cool as well. The fact that they change color. This is kind of like... Okay, so for people who don't get like how exciting this is, in Pokemon terms, this would be as each monster now has 4 shiny variants. That's sick as fuck. Oh, there's egg third. Oh, okay. So there's even more. Wait, this is environmental skill. I don't know what all this means. But so in order to make this live or awakened or something, you need these specific things. That's interesting. Yeah, I think this is so cool, bro. I'm about to have fucking a team of 5 Legiochris, just different elements. And then they showed Arkfeld, which obviously they were going to show. They had Ray Dow and Chotacabra. Obviously the flagship was going to get in. Even though the real flagship, Ray Dow, already made it in. I think these are all very interesting additions that add a lot to the not replayability necessarily, but the length of a playability. Okay, and then this we'll skim through. It was basically just showing off what Gogmazios does. Arc Tempered. And then they said the last Arc Tempered was going to be Arkveld, which, if you didn't assume that by now, you're an idiot. It does the Xenojiva thing. I assume this is a one-shot. And my immediate question after that is I want to know if I can special sheath counter that attack. The only thing that worries me about this fight is that right here it says you can use 4 support hunters and 3 other real people, because you'd be including yourself. So 8 characters can do this. So does that mean if I decide to solo this with 4 support hunters, it's going to be fucking hell? Because, man, look, I learned my lesson. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing SOSs after Omega. I learned my lesson. People freaked out about Nadia being back. I don't know who Nadia is. I only ever played Tri 3U like halfway through high rank of GU. Stories 2, World Rise, and then Wilds. So this stuff looks cool, this armor. I've never played a game with Gogmazios in it. And if I have, I never made it to Gogmazios. I'm so old school Monster Hunter brand that I was sitting there like, damn, I like one set over the other. I can't wear the other one, but no, you can wear both in this. I forgot. And then this stuff. They blurred the bottom here, so I don't know why. I guess they don't want you to see, like, this is just covering how much money it is. But yeah, this just looks more of the same. And I don't know how much you can do it. So like here it says you can, this kind of reminds me of a mix of, what's that monster called? Not Xeno'jiiva, the adult version. Safi'jiiva. You can like apply these 5 times and you'll get different bonuses, or not different bonus, but like you can get a set bonus based on RNG. Yeah, right here. You get Rathalos Flare, I don't know what that is, and Flexible Leather Craft. So it's going to be an RNG nightmare. And then this is the X Fusion, I think is what it was called. Or no, wait, let's go back. Yeah, this is Reinforce. I don't know why I stuttered like that. You can do it 5 times, and then I assume this won't change much. I assume you're just gonna want to do fucking attack like a billion times. Well, okay, hold on. I mainly play longsword, so I assume with longsword it's just gonna be 5 attack, because it didn't really look like you do sharpness. Because like sharpness came from the reinforcement bonus. That wasn't really something you could do with this thing. This is attack, element, and affinity. So I assume it's gonna be like 4 attack, 1 affinity or something. Or if they buff element, it might be 4 attack, 1 element or something. And then you pray that you get a good active skill. Because that could be the breaking point for a lot of things. If you get an active skill that needs 3 to activate, this will open up a lot more, and you'll be even more overpowered. Let's see. Okay. So this goes affinity boost EX. So that just increases it? Okay. Yeah, we know that. This is Arc Tempered. And then this stuff is just showing us... I like this because it's got like the darker tone. It reminds me of Black Ice, kind of. I wonder if these are going to be game defining. Not game, but like meta changing. Because I think each piece of Arc Tempered gear so far has been added to, at least for Longsword, a meta set. Like, there's the 3-piece Ray Down one you can use to get, what's that one skill? It's not Agitator. It might be Agitator. It's one of them. The one that's like, if certain conditions are met. Ustuna, you use the legs because it gives you quick sheaths. The Nuudra, you use some pieces in some of the builds. So I wonder this, because like I don't remember this thing's set skill, like the one that it activates if you have 3 or 4 pieces, being that good. Oh yeah, this was cool too. This is what old school Monster Hunter used to have, at least in Tri, back in the day. If you were low rank set, and then you made it to high rank, you could upgrade your armor past, I think it was like level 5 or rarity 5 to, I don't think it was exactly the same as if you just bought the high rank one, but it would put it up around the same level. But you couldn't do that for like the Elder Dragon stuff, obviously. And in this, I think they say it's specific to 5 and 6 rarities. And then they buff it. So now, I think this is good, but I don't know many, I don't know many gear that is like decent at rarity 5 or 6 that this would be worth. Because everything I can think of, like, I immediately thought of Anjanath, or I guess Guardian Anjanath. Sorry, Guardian Fulgur Anjanath. was used. Guardian, Ebony, Odogaron was used. But those are all 7, I think. And then this. I don't know why they did that. This is for people who enjoy fucking CBT. Like, I don't know why you would want to fight 3 9-star tempered monsters. Like, if I'm doing that, these better be fucking animated, bro. This looks like hell. Oh yeah, and then this is the other thing I want to talk about. Just real fast. So I bought the Super Pimp Deluxe edition of this game, right? I did that because I was like, you know what? I'll show them I want to support them. I will buy the expensive version. I don't have to. I went all in. I knew I was going to play this game. I knew I was going to enjoy it. I was like, alright, we'll do that so then they know that, like, obviously there's gonna be an expansion, but like I wanted to be like, yo, put more effort into this game because I want more of it. So I put in I got the $100 one, so I have all the DLC or whatever, and then fucking half the shit that comes with that is like, here's some stickers, here's some fucking tent decorations, and then like everything that's semi cool is like, oh, you gotta pay for this doesn't come with it. It's like, then why the fuck am I buying this season pass version? And like, yeah, you made the argument that like prior games had this stuff too, yes, but there wasn't a season fucking pass in those games. I really hate this like season pass model where it says, oh yeah, get DLC or whatever, and then like the DLC turns out being the most dog shit thing ever. Because like, one, I thought about this earlier. During the events, like the festivals, that's the last thing we'll look at, by the way, because I think that's the last thing I'll talk about. We got the Flame Sacred for free, right? That's cool. You might be like, oh cool, they gave you a Flame Sacred for free. And then there's a paid version that looks what I think should have been the original look anyway. And I had to think about it. I was like, you know, in GU there was so much free DLC content that like it kind of sucks we aren't getting, because like, see this greatsword in the corner? There's like a section later. Hold on. I'll skim to it. This. Like this layered armor and shit. And then this sacred and stuff. This right here. Cosmetic DLC Pack 4 is not included in the DLC pack. Or the pass. Then why the fuck is it called Cosmetic DLC Pack if it doesn't come with a pass? That's one. Secondly, did they not hear all the people fucking express their dislike with what they did in Rise with the I forget what it was called. There was like a whole set. I bought it, but it was called like Lost Guardian stuff or something. That's basically what's happening here. So what you're telling me is they heard all those people go, hey, we don't really like this, that you're doing fucking paid DLC weapons. And then half the people were like, it's fine as long as it's just cosmetic and that's something you want to buy if you want to put out the money or whatever. And they took the mostly mixed to negative response and were like, hey, you know what? Let's do it again. No. This should have been the fucking equivalent to the event we got in Iceborne. White Knight, I think it was what it was called. Where you got the Guild Palace stuff. Because, let me ask you a question. When was the last time we got an event quest that gave us a weapon design for every weapon? I think it was legitimately the Guild Palace one I'm talking about. Because I don't remember what happened in Rise. I didn't do that many things in Rise. But yeah, I kind of miss that from these games. Because it's like, we got some not even new. I think we got like one new weapon design. Like, not even from the fucking Final Fantasy XIV crosser, where they have a billion jobs to pull from, did we get a weapon for every single archetype in this game. But yet we gave them a weapon for every job in that game? But yeah, so like I was saying, in GU, you got so much free shit. Like, you can make your cat look like fucking Dark Magician. I'm pretty sure you could get a Samus set. I'm pretty sure you could get a Link set and a Sword and Shield. I'm pretty sure there was other stuff, like you could be Naruto. There was like a shit ton of things. Nintendo is literally the type of company to sue somebody for being named Mario. And yet they gave us all this free shit when Monster Hunter was on their platform exclusively for like whatever amount of time. And then now that they're not, it's like, why are we charging for shit like this? This should have just been, especially with all the negativity from the performances in the beginning, as well as all the trials and tribulations people had to go through from the launch of this game because it was pushed out way too early. Then you're gonna have the audacity to sit here and be like, hey, you know this cool stuff that should be part of the base game as like a fucking thanks for sticking with us, thanks for playing our game, sorry for the shit launch. They're gonna be like, hey, you know those people who spent $100 on this game? Go fuck yourself. You're gonna spend more money if you want to buy this stuff. Brother, what? In no world would I have sat here and bet money and been like, this will get you popular with fans. This will make you not hated by everybody. You couldn't fucking tell me any single person who was like, hey, I need advice for how we get people's good graces again, would be like, here's what you do. Sell some cosmetic shit that isn't free and should be part of the base game and isn't part of the fucking DLC pass that you made people. Well, you didn't make anybody, but like you advertise to people. There's not a world. And look, like, these look so cool. These remind me of this ball reminds me of the thing from Skyrim, the Eye of Magnus, kind of. And then the Lexicon, I think was what it was called. But the actual weapons and stuff remind me of from Final Fantasy 16 with like the icon gates or whatever. Cause like these look so cool. Like this looks like you're shooting a fucking black hole. But I'm not gonna lie, these also kind of look like the weapons from Rise, just like retextured and upped. Like, I'm an intense Lance hater. And this looks sick. And then this build looks insane. This looks like it's straight out of Horizon Zero Dawn. And I don't even like that game. But these do kind of look like the ones from Rise. I'm not tripping, right? Like, a little. Maybe not like the sphere parts. Like this Charge Blade, or this is either Charge Blade or Shield and Sword. This is Gunland. Like, look, these look so cool. Oh, that's another thing. We don't even get the fucking arena ones anymore. Because like in Iceborne and World, we had a arena quest, and whatever coins you got, like you got the Hunter King coin, you could get Divine Slasher, you could get the I forget what the name of the hammer was, but it was like the Flash Fly hammer cage thing where you charge it up and then it would glow on the inside. I love that hammer design. The glaive here, it's weird that they're showing some random beetle. So let me get this straight. You're gonna sell us an insect glaive one, and then not do a specific unique model for the insect of the insect glaive? Oh no, this is Charge Blade. This looks cool, or this might be Switch Axe. No, this is Charge Blade. You're got a fucking lightsaber, dude. These look sick. Longsword is okay. Like, I wish there was more glowing. Like, I wish it had this glowing. It might when you level it up. But yeah, their whole thing during this was like, oh, for DLC Cosmetic Pack 4, you're getting 4 emotes from previous games. I don't give a fuck. Do you know how many times I emote in this game? None. I don't give a shit. They're giving us a free character voucher, but it's like, who gives a fuck? They have balloons and shit, I guess. And like, okay, I'm gonna be real with you. Half of these event quests are dog shit. They don't do anything. Like, I don't give a fuck about having this wood sit on my head. Like, start giving me shit like the White Knight quest, where you got a fucking unique weapon for each class. Or even, what was it? There was, I'm pretty sure the diver suit was also a unique reward for one of the quests in World. But, like, even that, like, shit like that, just do that. And then we had the Devil May Cry one, which gave you Dante stuff, and then, granted, you only got the one weapon for Charge Blade, but still, it was unique. It was unique rewards. In this, I feel like they're just fucking lazy. I feel like they're just like, alright, how do we reuse assets from this game to not actually give them anything, and then charge them every single time we want to put something cool into the game? Like, yeah, sure, we're getting this set, right? But this is an old set. This has been in the game for, like, years. And then this one, this barely looks like it's... This looks like it's rehashed assets from other titles. Like, this looks like... I think it was called Guild Palace in World. This looks like that. It just looks like it was... imported from a different game, and then they added some feathers. And then they have all this shit. Like what was this? Are we appealing to scalies now? And like, guess what? This stuff isn't part of the fucking paid cosmetic DLC pass either. So why the fuck do we have a season pass if we're going to include 3 things on it? And then this is when they talk about, like, whatever's happening after. Okay, the other thing, I feel like these weapon contest things... I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. I don't know why they limit it to 1. I think it should be the 14 route, Final Fantasy 14 route, where each weapon archetype gets 1. Like, why are we limiting it to 1? Like, granted, I don't know how much work it takes to implement, right? But if you're gonna do this, you're expecting all these people to fucking play the same weapon. Like, the Greatsword won in this, right? I guarantee you 85 to 90% of players in this game don't fucking play Greatsword. So who was this for? And not only that, they're adding the Greatsword one, then fucking Final Fantasy they added a Greatsword, and then I'm pretty sure Greatsword also got some unique... Like, Greatsword won last year, too. Not last year, sorry, last game. In Base World. In Base World, they added the fucking... I wasn't personally a fan of the design, but it was like the supercharged Greatsword that had like the rocket engine on the tip of the blade. I thought the Black Eagle charge blade was a lot cooler. But it's like, how many times is fucking Greatsword gonna win, bro? And like, at that point, just do one for every weapon. I don't know why we're assuming everyone's gonna be happy with just one winning. And like, it's also kind of fucked up because there's certain weapons that like get hated unfairly, and longsword being one of them. I know this because I'm a longsword player. So there was no shot longsword was ever going to win because people just like sit there and immediately hate on it. So it's like, you need to respond to and understand the community outlook on a lot of these things. Like, just make one of everyone. So make one of... You should have just had finals for each weapon, and then each weapon had, like, the semifinals, and then the one design that you chose to implement for the weapon. Because, one, that would encourage people to enter this more for their favorite weapon. And then secondly, that would be like, hey, that's pretty cool. But I don't know. I'm somebody who makes good decisions that are, you know, community and player based, like, positive. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, hey, you know this cool shit? What if we didn't include it with the DLC season pass, and then what if we made them pay for it after having to deal with our shit launch? And I think a lot of this is just a byproduct of Monster Hunter going mainstream. I know a lot of people have said that, like, oh, well, I miss when Monster Hunter was a niche game. Given all the decisions Capcom's made, so do fucking I. Like, what is this? And then they talk about, like, this doesn't apply to me because I'm one of the lucky people who don't have issues. I built a brand new PC to play this game. And not only that, this demo, which was super unoptimized, worked on my old PC. And my old PC was like 7 years old. So, for those people who were sitting there like, when are you gonna fix this? I have a great PC. Maybe it's you. Maybe you don't know something and like some settings are fucked up. Cause I was running the fucking unoptimized beta test 1 and 2 on a fucking 2070 an i7. I think it was like 7th gen or something. And, like, it was, like, nowhere near the requirements for... It was, like, I think the bare minimum on the recommended. And it still ran fine. So, I don't know. Some people are just, like, complaining because they don't actually understand what is happening. And there's, like, oh, their game sucks because they didn't optimize it. Like, maybe it's your rig. Maybe it's, like, some setting you don't have that is preventing you from... Or maybe your system's too old. Like, if you're trying to run it on a fucking Windows 98, no shit, Sherlock is not going to run. But yeah, that's basically my whole... I didn't think that this this reaction, well, not reaction, but this discussion about this title drop was gonna be longer than the title drop. At 40 fucking minutes, bro. Nobody's gonna sit here and listen to me yap for 40 minutes. But yeah. Alright, that's pretty much it. Alright, see you guys. I might post a video when title update 4 drops and just have the first experience fighting Gog Mazias, but I don't know. See you guys. Take care. Whatever. Bye.